This
is a very sad time for our country. There's no joy in this. It's sad. We must be somber. We must be prayerful.
But this week, Nancy was smiling. She was wisecracking. She was handing out souvenir pens all over the place. All the networks went live as Nancy and her little managers walked with their little articles and officially handed them to McConnell's team. What a spectacle. Little history lesson, by the way. Republicans, when they impeached Bill Clinton, they walked the articles over on a Saturday. The Senate wasn't even in session. And they handed the articles to a secretary in the hallway. Not even on the Senate floor. None of the news channels even took it live. And the signing, like the one Nancy did, it wasn't televised either. And Newt Gingrich didn't hand out the souvenir pens either. A lot different. Joining me now, Fox News contributor Dan Bongino and the co-chair of Women for Trump, Gina Loudon. Dan, you know, the more and more I look at this thing, not only was it about impeaching the president because they couldn't beat him in 2020, this was about protecting Biden's skin. Trump had zeroed in on the Biden family connection, and they couldn't let him get away with that. And this is all just protecting Joe as we go forward. And we'll see if they call Where's Hunter, because now Where's, as the president said, is his first name.
Yeah, and there's more coming out with the Biden-Ukraine scandal, which you are absolutely correct. The Democrats always have a motive that's impure when it comes to things like this. And Donald Trump will be the first president in American history impeached for winning an election. It's kind of a unique high crime, a redefinition of that. But, you know, I was glad you highlighted how Pelosi can't keep her talking points straight. Remember that? The whole, this is so sad, it's so somber. We're all genuflecting in church and praying. And then she has this thing with the pens that look like an Oprah episode. You get a car, you get a car.
Right.
You get a pen. You get. I mean, it was just humiliating. At least try to keep your story straight. Stick with your focus group tested words. You know, Nance, it'll be better for you.
Yeah. And Gina, Nance is out there talking about protecting the Constitution, defending national security. When has Nancy, in her long career in Washington, ever been about protecting the Constitution? Was it the Second Amendment? I mean, come on. Everyone sees through it.
She only uses the Constitution, Jesse, when it behooves her to do so, when she can trample on it for her own personal motives and power grabs. And we know that to be true about Nancy, and that's what the American people are seeing over and over again. When you look at things like this whole show we had to watch this week, but also you think about things like 6 out of 7 of the managers that she appointed for this whole process were already supporting impeachment before the whistleblower even said a word. That tells you that this whole thing is rigged, this whole thing is a hoax, just exactly like everything they've done since this President Trump has started working for the American people and been the most wildly successful president in history. They can't stand it. They have no chance of winning, so they continue to set themselves up to look like fools, and that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, these managers couldn't manage a 7-Eleven. Dan, real quick, because we have to run, tell me what's going on with this investigation into James Comey. They're looking into a leak that he made. Fill us in.
Yeah. Well, this is really complicated. So in a Reader's Digest nutshell here, Holman Jenkins has done an exhaustive reports on this at the Wall Street Journal. But Comey, that July 5th press conference he gave about Hillary Clinton, long story short is, we believe he gave that press conference because he was misled by fake Russian intelligence. And that fake Russian intelligence he allegedly may have leaked, which is like a double whammy for Comey.
Wait. He got suckered by fake Russian news, and then he leaked the fake Russian news that he got suckered by? Is that what you're saying?
As Doc Holliday said in Tombstone, that's the rumor.
Wow.
So we'll see.
We're going to follow that. Gina, Dan, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jesse.